pack and boxes from the 90s are getting harder and harder to find, and the prices keep seeming to go up higher and higher every time. So openings together are getting few and far between, but today that's what we're doing. My goal is that when we do have some product to rip, I'm making it worth your time and something that's going to be exciting also for myself. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. Welcome to the most passionate content for card collectors on YouTube and possibly the whole entire internet. As usual, I am your host, Jake Roy, 90s b-ball cards here on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, a bit more of TikTok, a bit more than has been in the past. So we'll see how long that keeps up for. Having some fun on that platform though, so if you haven't checked out some of what I'm putting out there, go ahead, check that out. You might enjoy it. So today we're opening up some packs, some 90s packs. It's been a while. Today we've got 98.99 hoops. So this is from the lockout year. You'll see on the packs it denotes Series 1. There is no Series 2, although they had plans for a Series 2. They didn't end up producing it. So there are no rookies in these, but the inserts are to die for. So we'll get into the inserts. There are a lot. There are a few low-end inserts that are really cool looking to me, and there are also some very high-end inserts, some that are still chases for my PC. So let's get right into the fire and what we could be seeing. All right, here we've got some of the fire from my collection. So we're going to start out here. Shout outs. This is one of the lower end inserts. We've got a Jordan and a Kobe. There are a lot of different stars in this set. So this being the low end set, this is one per pack. So we should be seeing, one of these in each pack. These are definitely the most prominent ones. There are some other PC players in there, KG, some of those that I just didn't pull out for this, the purposes of this video. So, Penny, KG, a lot of those other guys, you're looking at about $1 or $2. Jordan, Kobe, these guys here. Jordan, you're looking at probably $5 to $10 for one of these, usually settling in right around $5. Kobe, you're probably looking at right around $5, sometimes a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less. So these are cards that if you enjoy them, or if you're a player collector, are not hard to come by. They're pretty prevalent. They're pretty affordable. So definitely something to pick up if you haven't already and you like them. The value isn't a ton. The scarcity isn't too scarce, but definitely something fun to look forward to seeing in these packs. The next one I enjoy a bit, Pump Up the Jam. So these are 1 in 4 packs. We've got a Kobe here, smaller checklist. You've got a lot of dunk guys. So, Jordan and Kobe, again, are going to be the bigger names here. You've got Iverson in this set, as well as a few other guys. So, this Kobe here also is about a $5 card. The Jordan is, a little bit more, but still in the $5 to $10 range. So not too expensive, but I think these are cool. They really look a lot like a movie theater poster, and I really think that's what they went for the design, or, the cues that you have, like, kind of the credits on the bottom, stuff like that. So if you enjoy movies, if you enjoy movie posters like I do, and I know a lot of other people do, this can definitely be something fun. Not too elaborate, but definitely something with a little bit of intrigue and a little bit of design. So the common players like we were talking about, Iverson and those guys, you're looking at $2 or so for those. Sometimes they can get a little bit higher than that, but, still staying under the $5 mark typically. So still keeping them affordable, but a little bit more intrigue, in my opinion, in these shorter checklists though. The next one that we have here, I actually put these in the wrong order, but that's okay. We have Rejectors. So this really honed in on defensive big men. So here we've got a Tim Duncan. The Rejectors are numbered to 2,500, 2,500 of each of these. The Tim Duncan, this being his second year, definitely gets a little bit more love. Kevin Garnett is another guy that's in here. Shaq. So the Tim Duncan is about a $10 to $15 card. KG, you're probably looking at $5 to $10. Shaq is about $5 to $10, a little bit closer to $10. So, none of these are going to break the bank either, but always cool to get something, very 90s with those multiple pictures and different sizes and stuff. And serial numbering is always fun. You can find some fun serial numbers in these as well. So, 1 out of 2,500, not incredibly rare, but I don't see these pop up a ton. It took me a while to get the Kevin Garnett in my collection. And the Tim Duncan was a cool one that I wanted for my PC as well. So, definitely some fun stuff there. If we pull one, won't be a PC ad, but it can definitely be cool. Freshman Flashbacks is the next one. So we've got a Derek Anderson, different player here than you're probably expecting to see. So these featured the freshmen or the rookies from the prior year, from 97-98. So as you can expect, Tim Duncan is going to be the big name here. These are each numbered to 1,000, so they're not terribly easy to find. You know, it took me a while to get one. Derek Anderson is a guy I really enjoyed watching play. Jordan team guy, you know, lots of flash, but didn't have the most prolific career, but definitely had some exciting games and some fun seasons as a journeyman. So you're looking at values, you're looking at the Tim Duncan being the biggest one. That's still about a $5 to $10 card. So all these inserts so far are staying right around that $5 to $10 mark or less. So common, you're looking at about $1 to $5. Not too expensive, but sometimes if you're at a show, you know, the dealer that I got this from in a trade definitely tried to inflate the value a little bit because of the scarcity. You know, but don't fall for any of those tricks. Definitely stand your ground, because while these are numbered to 1,000, when you find them, they should be pretty affordable, unless it's a significant serial number for some reason. This one is not that for Derek Anderson anyway. The next one, staying with the serial numbered theme, Prime Twine. This is a very cool set. I love this set. So these are each serial numbered to 500. They can be pretty hard to find. The checklist is an interesting checklist. So here we've got the Stephon Marbury. For the biggest names in the set, you've got guys like Allen Iverson, Dennis Rodman, Scottie Pippen. There's no Kobe's or Jordans. So, you know, for a PC guy, for me, I'm looking for an Iverson. I picked up the Stephon Marbury. I enjoyed him. So he's kind of a placeholder until I can get the Iverson. You know, so talking about values, the Iverson was the last one I saw for sale. It sold for, I think, $375, if I remember correctly, or right around that mark anyway. Most common, so if you're looking at Antonio McDyess or Eddie Jones or those kind of guys, you're looking at about $60 pretty consistently. I think Damon Stoudemire is another guy that's in this set. The Stephon Marbury, he's got a little bit more fandom, so the last one that I saw sell of this was $150, if I remember correctly. So, really delicate cards, really cool die cuts. I mean, if you love the 90s, you love die cuts like me, and serial numbering, these are really cool. I would absolutely be floored if we got an Iverson. Dennis Rodman would be really cool as well. Scottie Pippen's always fun. You know, so lots of, but any of these, I mean, Antonio McDyess, Eddie Jones, I wouldn't snuff at any of those. I would love to pull anyone. I opened a lot of these packs back when I was a kid, never pulled a Prime Twine. So when I was finally able to get a Stephon Marbury, I was very excited for that. The next few I don't have examples of, and you probably know why. So first, let's get into the autographics. So Skybox products, you had autographics in all of those products. In the Hoops product, you are looking at 1 in 144 packs for those. So pretty hard to come by, and as we have seen in the past, you don't know who's going to be in the checklist for each product until you pull a checklist, if we pull one, that has the autographics on it. So one of the biggest names in this product is the Vince Carter. It's his rookie year. I do not believe that we're going to find any in this Hoops product, but I could be proven wrong. So a Vince Carter, you're looking at about $250 to $300. There's some other players that are pretty rare. There are some that are serial numbered to 50 with blue ink. Again, not sure which of those we can pull in the Hoops for players, but any autographics is always exciting, and there are definitely some very rare ones that I would be floored by seeing us pull. So the overall odds are pretty long though, and we've got retail packs on top of that, so not expecting to see any of that. The next one is serial number to 250. It is called BAMs. And these are kind of a mythical card for a lot of player collectors. You know, myself as a penny collector, I would be very excited to get the penny. That is something that I've been dreaming of in my collection for a long time. There's a Jordan here, a lot of other prolific players, Kevin Garnett. If you name a star, they're probably in the set. 250 for how many that they are serial number 2, it seems like they come up very seldom. I wouldn't be surprised to hear that there are even fewer than that have gotten out. There was a bunch, or I think it was a complete set that was selling with Probstein that all had hole punches in them, so be careful. Those, there's some speculation that those are like promotional sets and stuff like that. And the penny, actually, if I remember, it's been purchased and returned 3 times, and I'm assuming that that's because the buyer didn't notice the hole punch. So be careful, be on the lookout for stuff like that, or missing serial numbers. The BAMs are very sought after, very collectible, very rare cards to find. You know, so talking about value, we can only speculate because I haven't seen many of these sell. So I think a Shaq is about a $700 to $800 card. You know, I think a Keith Van Horn is about $150 to $200. So there's a couple of names that aren't necessarily Jordan or Kobe or Iverson or Penny that, you know, to get you an idea of what we're looking at. I mean, hundreds to thousands of dollars if we were to pull one. There's a Slam BAMs parallel. We cannot pull those in retail. Those are hobby exclusive, which are numbered to 100. So we won't be expecting to see any of those, just hoping for a BAMs. And then the top thing that we could get, it's called the starting 5. They even highlight it on the front of the packs. Those are base set parallels that are numbered to 5 each. Again, almost a mythical card because they come up very rarely, if ever. I mean, many people that I know that have been collecting for a number of years have never seen one, whether it's in person or online. So these are cards that when they show up, they don't last for long if they show up. There is a Penny. I would be elated to get a Penny. Any player from IPC, but any of the starting 5, in all honesty, would be extraordinarily exciting. I don't care who the player is. At that point, a card numbered to 5 that is very seldom seen is exciting. But we're hoping that these packs also don't stick. I remember Hoops, when I was opening them as a kid, were notorious for sticking. So hopefully if we pull some rare stuff, we don't have sticking, we don't have damage, but time will tell. So let's get right into packs. All right, here we go. We've got 6 packs. You can see here, like we're talking about, Series 1 retail. If you're wondering what you have, Grant Hill is kind of the faded, cover player, if you will. Skybox prominent here. This was after the Skybox and Fleer merger, so they were definitely branding them as Skybox NBA Hoops instead of just NBA Hoops at this point in time. So let's get right in, hope for some fire. All right, this one feels pretty loose, which is nice. So starting off, Jason Kidd, Horace Grant. We'll get an Isaiah Ryder, Gary Payton, good names. Oh, looks like we've got an insert coming up. Let's see, we've got Hakeem Olajuwon. All right, Pump Up the Jam, Antoine Walker. Very cool. Love seeing that. There's the shout-outs that we are expecting. Keith Van Horn. We'll get a Big Country Bryant Reeves. Love this KG. Incredible picture. Love that from the All-Star game. Jermaine O'Neal in his early days. Donald Foyle. And Brent Price, Mark Price's little brother. All right, Greg Ostertag on the back, still feeling good. Jim McLevain, we got an Eddie Jones, that's a cool one. We got a Mike Williams, a little bit of sticking, or is that just my finger? I can't really tell. Stepping Out, so these are a subset card, I think 1 in 4 packs for the Stepping Out, but it's not an insert. So we've got Scottie Pippen there, Detlef Shrimp, a little bit of sticking on the edge here. Irvin Johnson. There we go with the shout-outs of Sean Kemp with the Cavs. There we go with the autographics checklist, so something we can look over. I see Dennis Rodman's name right off the rip, so I'll take a look at that later and see who else we could get. Terry Cummings, we got Chauncey Billups, Hall of Famer. We got an Elliot Perry, Armin Gillum, and the Greg Ostertag. All right, so after looking over the checklist for the autographics, Dennis Rodman, Allen Iverson are the top 2 names that I see on there. Allen Iverson would be very exciting. I'd be stoked to get that one in these packs. All right, Michael Finley, side PC there. Kerry Kittles. We got a Lamond Murray. Looks like we've got an insert there. I'm always hoping for a BAMS. Larry Johnson. Bobby Hurley with the Grizzlies. I don't remember that. Randy Brown. Nope. Just the backwards shout-outs. That's all right. Looks like we got some paper loss. Wasn't really stuck, but that's a bummer. David Robinson there. Hakeem with a paper loss. There we go with the Tony Battie, noting that he was traded. Some more paper loss, but no sticking. Strange. Chris Whitney. Mark Jackson, again, a little speckled. And Kelvin Cato. So that was an interesting pack. Not really stuck, but still showing some damage. So 3 packs left to go. All right, there we go with another Larry Johnson. This one a little sticking. Another Bobby Hurley. Dean Garrett. Kendall Gill. Rasheed Wallace, Randy Brown. There we go, the shoutouts side PC to note there. Michael Finley, Glenn Rice, be a cool starting 5 to find. Bobby Sura, we got a Walt Williams, Allen Houston, another Kerry Kittle. So getting some duplicates already. All right, just 2 packs left. All right, Keith Kloss, another stepping out, and it happens to be Scottie Pippen again. Interesting. Detlef Schrempf, Kenny Anderson, Avery Johnson, Nick Anderson. There you go, the shout-outs. Chauncey Billups. Another checklist happens to be autographics as well, so if you're a checklist guy or an autographics guy, let me know. Another Sheed, Danny Manning, Lindsey Hunter, Eddie Jones, and a Mike Williams. All right, last pack, doing about what we expected per the odds at this point, hoping for some of the BAMs, Prime Twine, incredible autographics, starting 5, any of those would be exciting. Geez, well, that opened funny. So, who knows if that's an omen for anything. Another Allen Houston, Big Dog Glenn Robinson, another Bobby Hurley, wow. Tyrone Corbin, we got a Jalen Rose, Eric Strickland, another shout outs there. This one is Bobby Jackson. We got a Ron Mercer, a different stepping out this time, Shaq, very cool. Another stepping out here, Antonio McDyess, Calvin Cato, and Walt Williams. All right, so stay true to the odds. You know, we haven't hit anything crazy in quite a while, it seems like. So, you know, maybe some of that's just we've been opening less. So hopefully we see some fire come and some of these openings coming soon. But question of the day for you is, as these packs and boxes are coming harder and harder to find, or, you know, rationally something you can rip, let me know what's something that you'd like to see us do more of in the coming year. You know, so we're 2022, you know, I've cut back a little bit on interviews, but if that's something you'd like to see more of, let me know that down in the comments. More top 10s, maybe top 10s outside of my PC, some different type of stuff, you know, so let me know down in the comments. Maybe there's something else I'm not thinking of. You know, I can do, I can try anyway to do some show vlogs as I have time, but I don't have a ton of time to go to shows, and there aren't a ton around me. So, you know, those are some of the things that I've thought about doing or I've tried to do in the past, but maybe there's something I'm not thinking of. Let me know what you want to see. That's why we're here, after all, is to make sure that we're providing value to you. So let me know that down in the comments. I would love to know. I'd love to get some feedback of what you think, but always trying to rip as much product as possible, because that's at least what I love, and I think you love that too. So, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. Hit that bell icon so you don't miss any videos in the future. New videos dropping once, sometimes twice a week. We're doing pack openings, looks into my PC, interviews with other collectors, and so much more, and maybe even some new stuff based on your recommendations. Thanks. We'll see you later.